So welcome to the presentation of Group 1. Today we will explore about the Royal Dining Membership Program of Hong Kong Grand Hotel. So first of all, I will introduce you about the hotel. Sorry. So this hotel is a prestigious luxury hotel with a rich history and international acclaim. Due to a lift in restriction on nearby restaurant, that means at that time customers have a wider range of choice in terms of restaurant. So the hotel decided to launch the program named Royal Dining Membership Program that offer a lot of appealing benefits like up to 50% off for food bill depending on the party size, free meal for children under 5 at the buffet or special occasion and holiday perk. They aim to attract the local diner and boost the restaurant traffic. So this type of program has gone so popular among diners and generate significant revenue. But but not on the glitters is gone. So let's meet Erica Liu, our hotel program manager. She look quite sad. Under the strategy has gone so popular and bringing back profit. So, so what is the reason? Because the strategy one is considered a great one. So now it's causing a lot of discontent on the multiple front. For example, like full paying guests might be getting pushed out by discount-driven diner. The staff morale is declining due to the demanding member behavior, and the hotel prestigious luxury image that has built over decades is now at risk of delusions. So as the complaint pile up and the tension grow louder, so we have to solve the one pressing question is that how are we going to deal with all of this problem without losing the business gains that the program has brought. So now let's explore the question.
Okay, so going to the first questions. If I were recalling positions, preparing for this executive committee meeting, I would be saying a balance, data-driven proposal that fall at points of value of royal dining program, and reflects a key challenge is currently facing from brand delusions to operational change. So let's start with what are working. The R&D program has driven the resource to revenue growth, especially as advocates where over 60% of revenue now comes from the R&D members. The membership sales, with over 4,200 members annual revenue from the program exceeds HK 2.6 million with minimal marginal costs. The customer access the program helps us stay competitive post-sale to bringing in local dinner, critical new pace. This is identified so. However, the program has presented serious challenges. The brand delusions or discount-driven diner are hurting our luxury image, particularly at classic restaurants or operational tensions. Staff are frustrated with banding members in unclear discount terms. Full Full payment guests, especially on special occasions, are being crowded by discount seekers. Low engagement: 65% of free credit card members are either inactive or die very rarely. And the final one is com- comeback rules. The current staff matrix is confusing, leading to customer complaints and friction with staff. So I have put some recommendations. We should tie in brand program. Uh, Rename the pet title to something like Royal Provide to clearly distinguish it from the free credit card offers. We focus benefits on exclusive access, not just discount, but benefit our luxury positioning. Second, we raise the bar, increase annual fees from 20 to 30% to reinforce the exclusivity. Gradually phase out the free credit card membership, keeping only the executive type or recurring co-pay to filter out low-value users. The third one is simplify and clarify, replace the complex of matrix with one simple rules. For example, 20% off for members and guests, or member deals free with one guest. Was boxed with clear signage, printed guides, and online FAQs to reduce the conversion of staff stress. Next, we protect high demand times. Restrict or block RD discounts during the peak hours and holidays. Use the reservation codes for RD diners to ensure the availability for full paying guests. Then we shift focus on discount and value. Launch a point-times loyalty system tied to spending, redeemable for experiences and upgrades. Add exclusive events like Chef Table or Free Access to new menu to build the emotional engagement. And finally, let's support our frontline team. Uh, i- Introduce the team protections or revenue sharing to offer the lower bills. Provide training on handling RD-related issues smoothly and professionally. Well, to conclude, the RD program is valuable, but not sustainable in its current form. By rebranding, rebalancing benefit, and protecting both staff and brand, we can evolve the RD into the program that drives long-term loyalty, not short-term value.
Okay, so coming up to the question two, as Erica Liu, what analysis would you run to? What I run to assess the financial performance of the Royal Dining membership program. So first of all, the first analysis that I would apply in is segment members, to separate those who are paid members and complimentary members because, first of all, the paid members they can bring in direct value through an annual fees and complimentary, uh, which means that those who pay via credit card members they may contribute less. So these gonna help me to compare usage, spend per visits, and engagement to identify the profit driving and the loss driving segments. So because the paid members they bring in guaranteed revenue through their membership fees already, but the complimentary members they offer through the bank promotions. That's why they may contribute less. They might only use the discount without uh they might only use the discount without making much additional spend, and so when I analyzing all of these things, they like how much they spend and how loyal they are, and I can tell that which segments, the paid or complimentary, they might, which segments may really profitable for me uh, to contribute to. So, for instance, that if I discover of about 80% of commentary members rarely dine, I might limit their access or adding spending conditions to have a best solution to solve the case. So the next analysis is that I'm gonna calculate the customer lifetime value. So I just called shortly that is COV. So to understand the COV, it also means that we're gonna understand long term profit from each member because you know paid members visits in the mm, in the case that pay member visits for about 6 to 7 times per year on average. So the this gonna tell me that how much profit we earn from a member over the long run. So for example, a traditional member they pays in let me see in their in the case that the traditional member they pays for about 1,500 Hong Kong dollars, and they might visit for about 6 to 7 times a year. So each time they are generating dining profits. But if they stay for about 2 to 3 years, then their total value might grow, generating they it might grow more significantly. So knowing this gonna help me to decide whether we should invest more in retaining or in retaining these members or acquiring the new ones customers. And also I'm gonna analyze the restaurant revenue contribution too. So I can measure the percent of each outlet sales from the Royal Dining members, and I can identify whether the members they are bringing in incremental or replacement revenues to spot potential cannibalization of full price guests. Then, because this gonna help me to evaluate whether the program brings in new business or just replaces regular customers. Those the customer that they would have paid full price. For example, Kabuki earns for about 42.8% service revenue from members. But if I notice a drop in non-member traffic, I may need to revise the scout routes to protect the core revenue. So this might gonna happen. So next slide is that the next analysis is that's gonna calculate the return on investment. Quarterly that ROI, right? So gains, meaning that the membership fees plus the net dining profit, and the cost is food discount, perks, and free rooms and admin. And also, which means I gonna find the high return on investments to show that I'm gonna have a strong financial justification because finding the return on investments, which means it's also the key to understanding the overall success of the program. So I'll compare that total gains, these membership fees and dining profits against the cost of those. So the hotel gonna collect like nearly have already the hotel collects nearly already is at about 3.6 million Hong Kong dollars in revenues from the program, and it also at the same time keeping the food costs low around just 32%. So that means that it gives us a high return investment, a return on investment. So it's important to note. And but although the return on investment may not account for brand image erosion caused by over discounting, but it might help in looking at a strong financial justification. And lastly is the break-even analysis, because the break-evens meaning that okay, so for example, a traditional member they need to visit about 14 times so that they can fully pay back their membership fee through dining profits. But as in the case, the Epicuro members, those who are the people who receive a free room, they might take longer time to stay. However, since the program has almost no variable cost, so that means the hotel might break even quickly. So this due to the low variable cost also. So this helps me to see that how long it's gonna take for each member type to become profitable, and whether we need to adjust pricing or benefits to have the best solution to keep the customer to stay longer. So that all of these analysis they gonna help me to review which segments are more profitable to enhance it, to focus in that only on that segment, to build the customer loyalty. And I can also by these analysis I can estimate the long-term revenue potential, which means counting the calculates the customer value and measure the dependency on member-driven revenues, and to justify continuation or adjustment based on the return on investment. And lastly, that I can also optimize the price in benefits via the break-even analysis. By running these five analysis, I get a full picture of how the financially healthy of the Royal Dining Program really is. And together with counting all of these analysis, so these can also allow Erica Liu to make data-driven decisions more smartly, more carefully, that might help balance the profitability over years with brand integrity. So, for the next question, please.
So, moving on to question three, what effect does the Royal Dining membership program have on the brand and value perception of its local customer in Hong Kong and its full-paying hotel guests and diner? How could the hotel address these issues? So, yeah, the Royal Dining membership program has a mixed effect on the brand and value perception among both local Hong Kong customer and full-paying hotel guests, particularly due to the tension between increased accessibility and perceived inclusivity. So first, let's talk about the effect the Royal Dining membership program have on the brand and its value perception. First, among the local Hong Kong customer or the Royal Dining membership member. So, toward the positive side, uh, the customer will see the Royal Dining program as great value for money, offering steep discount up to 50% at the pretentious hotel and restaurant, making luxury dining more accessible. Also, the loyalty benefit like free hotel night, birthday voucher, room discount boost customer retention and create a sense of privilege. But they also have some drawback, like the overly complex discount rule and restriction, like discount only on food, not beverage, or service charge, may create confusion and frustration to the customer and damaging the experience they have at the restaurant. And over time, as more people join and benefit from the discount, the exclusivity diminishes, potentially making the program feel cheap rather than premium. So yeah, next is the effect it had on the full paying guests, which is the non-member, including hotel guests. So the unfortunately the Royal Dining program don't provide this segment of customer any benefit but only drawback. These guests may feel unfairly treated when they sit next or behind a large group of customers who are dining at the same place as them, but they are receiving a very steep discount. And some report a lower dining atmosphere in the restaurant, associating the experience with tacky discount rather than the serene upscale ambience they expect from a luxury hotel. And also with RD members, staff will focus more on them, and that can leave full paying guests feeling undervalued or overlooked, especially if service is slow or flawed. So yeah, these factors led to the program having quite an impact on the brand image of the hotel and restaurant. It dilutes the exclusivity of the brand, especially damaging in a luxury market where prestige, elegance, and brand integrity are key points, and the brand can be perceived as overly promotional or desperate rather than selective and aspirational. So yeah, that's the effect the Royal Dining membership program has on the hotel brand and its value perception. So now here are a few recommendations I have for the hotel to improve this situation. So first, they should repositioning the program for exclusivity. So yeah, they really should limit the membership member or make it an
invitation-only system to restore a sense of privilege toward the customer. They should also introduce a tiered membership level with clearly differentiated benefit on each tier so premium diners still feel the exclusivity when dining at the restaurant. Next, I recommend them to simplify the rule to redesign the program with a straightforward, transparent rule. And they should also use technology like mobile app or QR system to automatically explain the rule and remove the frontline staff with the frustration to explain the rule to each customer come in. So, and the next and last recommendation I have for them is to segment the dining area or time for RD member. They should offer a dedicated time or session for the members, reserving the premium atmosphere for full paying guests. To do this, they should also avoid letting RD discount apply during peak dining hours where there's a lot of people in the restaurant or in high-end restaurant like Kabuki. So yeah, that is a few recommendation I have for the hotel to improve the situation they have with the program. Yeah, the program, while very successful in driving the traffic to the restaurant, risks brand erosion if not carefully managed. The hotel must realign the program with its luxury positioning, maintain value for local diners, and protect the premium experience expected by full-paying guests. Striking this balance will ensure both profitability and budget are reserved. So yeah, that's it for question three.
According to the Royal Dining Program rule set, I think that they should protect the hotel from abuse without making the experience feel as restrictive or frustrating for members. So the key is for building the rules is to balance clarity, fairness, and perceived value. First, it's about the membership. They should conduct a one membership card per table program to prevent abuse from multiple members combining discount. Clearly state that only one RD card can be used per table regardless of how many members are present. Secondly, they should redesign the usage time, like they should limit the use of RD discount to off-peak periods, for example like from Monday to Thursday lunch or early dinners before 7 p.m. This will protect a peak hour revenue and ensures regular paying customers aren't displayed. So they should communicate it at a ways to provide a more relaxed or premium experience for the members. Thirdly, they should do some advanced reservation required to help manage seating and avoid overuse. They should require members to book in advance or mention their membership at the time of reservation. This allows restaurants to plan better and avoid unexpected overcrowding. And for the party size incidents, I think they should clear the party size limits. Like they should set some limit on how many people an RD discount can cover. For example, a maximum of 4 or 5 diners per membership card. This cuts a large groups up, stretching the discount and ensures that a manageable dining environment. And for the staff, I think they should incentivize the staff with a tip and some tip protection. They should address staff frustration by either including a fixed service charge for about 10 or 12% for the RD tables or offering the bonus pool or subsidy to offset lower tips. This ensure the staff buy in and maintains a service quality. And lastly, they should continually training the staff to enforce rule diplomatically. They should equip servers with polite, consistent scripts and give them authority to manage each case smoothly. Proper training will ensure rules are enforced without damaging the guest experience.
So, coming to question 5, how could negative server attitude toward royal dining customer be handled? First of all, we think that the restaurant should acknowledge and understand the server concern. So, servers are part of the service scape. They are people as part of the service environment. And when they feel undervalued, frustrated, or disrespect, their attitude manifests in poor service delivery and damage the brand. So, the restaurant should conduct structured feedback like anonymous surveys or focus group to identify recurring frustration from the server and understand service employee needs as internal customer. They should treat their employees as another form of customer, internal customer. And internal marketing theory also suggests that treating employee like customer, like motivate, train, and support them, help to improve external service quality. So unacknowledged emotion lead to emotional labor and burnout, which in turn increase turnover and contribute to poor customer experience, particularly in high contact services such as fine dining. Next, the restaurant should revise training and communication in serving. A major issue here is the provider gap 3, service performance gap, as employee not delivering service standard due to inadequate training, unclear roles, or poor communication. So, the restaurant should provide clear standard operation procedure for RD related interaction. Sometimes the staff just don't know what to do, so reducing ambiguity can minimize performance gaps and enhance employee confidence and customer satisfaction simultaneously. Service blueprinting help visualize this breakdown to fix pain point in more specific training guides. So, with that being said, the restaurant should restructure program rules to reduce the abuse. So, confusing rules and workaround behavior by RD members can create operational inefficiency and service failures. So, service blueprint they help to solve this problem, and the restaurant should redesign the program with clearer enforceable rules like no combining cards or pre-approval for seating requests, and the rule should base on the first suggestion, as we should listen to the concern of the servers, and they should provide specific staff script, like I said, the server blueprinting and authority to enforce rules fairly. This helped address the perceived interactional and procedural justice. So transparent and fair process reduce abuse, improve employee confidence in rule enforcement, and prevent conflicts. And the last one is aligning incentives. So the staff they feel inequity when they provide the same level of service as the other customer, not the RD members, but receive lower tips or greater emotional labor when dealing with demanding RD customers. So the restaurant should have programs or policy to link performance incentive to positive service metrics with other guests, like the sales KPI achievement with monthly bonus, tangible or intangible rewards such as money, food, a discount, whatever feel like rewarding to the staff. Because when employing perceive fairness in effort versus reward, motivation will increase. And aligned incentive also turn RD guests from being a burden into a valuable customer segment that help the employee to want to satisfies them more.
Now let's talk about the lesson learned. First, we uh, we as the company should balance customer value and operational control. A successful loyalty program must balance customer value with operational control. A clear, fair, and member-friendly rules must pair with thoughtful communication and staff support. It protects against abuse while maintaining guest satisfaction and brand integrity. Secondly, we should working on adjusting the discount program. A discount program that drives traffic can unintentionally harm luxury brand if it compromises the experience of full paying guests. So when the regular patrons feel overlooked or perceive a full paying guest uh, uh, perceived atmosphere as less exclusive, the brand's prestige and perceived value suffer. To preserve both profitability and brand integrity, loyalty program in luxury setting must be carefully designed to enhance exclusivity, simplify execution, and protect the premium experience that discerning guests expect. And lastly, we should continually listen to staff opinions. For example, like sometimes staff are the one who identify some difficulties in operational process. So listening to them can help manager catch up with the current business and fix the operational problems. So this is an of the presentation. Thank you for listening.